Hello, I'm Brian Cox.
I'm Robin Ince, and this is The Infinite Monkey Cage, back for a new series. The question, of course, is always, if a tree falls in the woods and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound?
And if Robin Ince is invited to a Royal Institution Christmas lecture and his head is placed inside a giant magnetic pulse generator, does he make a sound?
The answer to that is no, genuinely from experience. I had a magnetic pulse on the right-hand side of my brain while doing Jabberwock. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toves did gar and gimble in the whir, and that was what happened. And Brian now can't get hold of that machine, but he would love to shut me up with my motor region.
Now, I know that even by the standards of the Infinite Monkey Cage, that's an avant-garde introduction. But the reason we made it is today we are at the Royal Institution and we're talking about trees. So you see, it made sense. And this is one of the most famous lecture theatres in the world.
And more than that, some of it is made of wood as well, isn't it? Which kind of connects with the...
Leave it now.
Leaf it. Now, when I said leaf it, I'm going to make this clear. I didn't want to put that in the script, but our producer loves puns. So if you'd like to complain about that pun, don't send them to me. You'll hear the producer's name at the end of the show, and we'll give you a home address.
Throughout the first half of the 19th century, Michael Faraday stood in this very spot and delivered lectures on electromagnetism, the electric generator, the electric motor, which he invented in this building.
And which the BBC are still using today to power this show.
Humphrey Davy, Sir David Attenborough, Carl Sagan have all delivered lectures here. So it's a wonderful place to begin the new series of The Infinite Monkey Cage.
So today we are going for a walk in the woods, something that, of course, normally annoys Brian, in particular in the spring, summer and autumn time, because it gets in the way of all the really lovely stars. I can't see it because, oh no, look, the yew tree's in the way. Oh...
How do trees compete in the woods? How have trees adapted to the changing environment? And indeed, what is a tree? So
we finally
this is going to be
there.
a good question.
185 episodes of Finally We Ask, what is a tree? We're beginning to get somewhere with this science business. Today, we are joined by a reader of trees, a leader of trees, and a queen of the trees. And they are...
My name's Tony Kirkham. I'm retired after 43 years of managing the Arboretum at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew, and my favourite tree is the dawn redwood, Metsequoia glyptostroboides.
I'm an actress, Judi Dench, and I have a passion for trees, absolute passion, and my favourite tree is an oak. Also, it is a family name of ours. Alas, not my immediate family, but my cousins have all got oak in their name, which seems very suitable. I like it a lot.
Hi, I'm Tristan Gooley. I'm a natural navigator and author of books about clues and signs in nature, most recently How to Read a Tree. And my favourite tree is an unremarkable beech tree which taught me how to use bird poo as a compass.
And this is our panel!
Okay, Tristan, we have to bite, don't we? How do you use bird poo as a compass?
Well, my work is about observing, but in particular looking for asymmetry. So everything in nature that I've found is asymmetrical, whether it's a tree, the sun, or everything in between. And I noticed on one of my walks that there was bird poo, but mainly on one side of the trees. And I paused by one tree and I tried to unravel the mystery. And by the time I'd solved it, I'd gone through astronomy, botany, ethology, forestry, meteorology, looked into the interconnectedness of nature, and I feel, ridiculous though it sounds, got a small glimpse into the meaning of the universe. But to answer your question, the birds are perching on branches, and we get more branches on the side of the tree that gets most light, and in this part of the world that is the south side, because the sun is due south in the middle of the day. There are lots more levels to it, but that was the start of that fun investigation.
Brilliant. So next week's episode is, what is bird poo? We're going to keep moving. And well done, Tony, by the way. I think that was very impressive. You yet again found out that Radio 4 listeners, they do love a bit of Latin. Oh, did you hear that sound when you got all Latin-y? They loved it.
And that was the first tree that I learnt at 10 years old. Someone gave me a book, knowing that I was interested in trees. I went straight to the index, like you do, to look for the longest Latin name. I learnt it off parrot fashion, didn't know what it was, had no idea what the tree was. And little did I know that in 1996 I'd see that tree in China, growing on its own as a single specimen.
Well, if there's any lull in the show, you know the trick. Just burst out into Latin. We'll be fine.
Metsequoia.
Tony, everybody laughed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?